All right, let's take a look at this Megan and Tory Lanez situation from playback. I thought the Megan and Tory situation was settled. I thought she just stepped on glass. That was the last I heard of it anyway. Let's see. Let's get the scoop from playback.
The Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion case is finally underwent. For those who don't know, 2 years ago there was a interaction between Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, or at least it was reported. The result of it was Meg Thee Stallion bleeding from her foot and walking outside of a driveway out in L.A. Originally, it was reported that she stepped on glass, but then later it was found that she actually got shot, and she claimed that Tory Lanez is the one who shot her.
This nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it.
Follow-up from that was a very ambitious story. This also led to Tory Lanez being charged, put in jail. He post bond. But then since then, over the past 2 years, we've been waiting on the case. Meg has been going out saying some pretty interesting things on interviews, which, definitely don't advise anybody to do that, especially with a high-profile case like this. And here we are now, and things are underway.
Tory did too. He made a whole album about it.
He made an album about it, but he was very, very exclusive with the things that he said. Very specific and very strategic. The problem, though, and here on Playback, the reason why we have not made a video on this yet is because the story that Meg told was a bit ambitious, a bit colorful. For those who don't know what actually happened, well, this is what Meg's side of the story is. Meg claims that they were in the car, had an argument. Not only was it Tory and Meg, but also Meg's friend Kelsey and then Tory's bodyguard. Out of nowhere, for whatever reason, Meg started just getting on Tory, talking about his rap career. They got into an argument. She walked out of the car. Tory Lanez went out of the window or still in the car, somehow shot 3 or 5 times at Meg Thee Stallion's foot and told her, "Dance, bitch, dance." Then after that happened, her friend came out of the car. Tory then got upset. He got aggressive. He then followed her out the car because her friend was trying to check on her. And Tory,
he was shooting her in the car?
2 women, punched her friend, dragged her down by her hair, and told both of them to get back in the car. Then when they got back in the car, Tory then told them, "Don't you say a fucking thing about this," and tried to bribe them with millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's a bit ambitious.
You like this story?
That sounds like a fucking.
You like that story?
Don't laugh.
Plot of a bad movie.
Bad movie.
So that's the reason why we haven't made a video on this whole situation. It's the reason why many people are skeptical. It's the reason why we don't want to jump to any conclusions, because the story that Meg is telling just doesn't make any sense.
4 or 5 times.
A lot of holes in it. Tory and his camp were trying to plug in the holes. They're saying that their side of the story is that he didn't shoot her, obviously. That there was an altercation between Meg and her friend Kelsey, and that altercation led to the shooting. And there's a whole bunch of other holes that have been
So there
filled.
was a
Now,
shooting.
The problem though with Tory Lanez's side of the story is that Kelsey Harris, again friend of Meg Thee Stallion, she was back in September when they had an interview with the police. She actually she confirmed everything that Meg said. She kind of cooperated with her story. Here's where the shit hits the fan, man. Week 1 in this trial. And her friend came out the gate and straight up said,
Today, to refresh Harris's memory about what happened that night in the Hollywood Hills, Harris describing each part of that night in specific detail. But in court today, Harris said a lot of the things she said in September weren't true, saying, quote, "I was protecting myself." Prosecutors showed a text message Harris sent to Megan Thee Stallion security guard the night of the alleged attack that read, quote, "Tory shot Meg, 911. But today, Harris claimed she doesn't know why she said that, saying she didn't see anything happen. Harris refused to refer to anything that night as a shooting, only that she heard gunshots. When asked if she was shot by Lanez, she issued her Fifth Amendment right.
So wait, let me
actually under duress.
Let me take it back. Actually, let me go back. Before she took the stand, she requested immunity. They gave her immunity, and as soon as she got the immunity, she was like, "Yeah, everything I said back then when they were, talking to me, all lies." The other problem is that when this incident happened, the police never talked to Kelsey. The police never, they didn't take her into custody. Kelsey actually just left the crime scene because nobody even thought that she was involved at all. So there's actually no trace of Kelsey when the crime happened.
Like LA.
And when they actually talked to her to get her side of the story. Allegedly now she's saying that she's lying. And so now for Meg, it looks kind of fucked because everything that she's saying, there's no one who can back it up to that account. And Tory's side of the story is saying that he didn't do it either. However, the other problem is that Kelsey's side of the story, she's now saying that he didn't punch me. I did not see.
Wait. Kelsey says she lied to prosecutors when she said, "I saw Tory fire 3 to 5 shots at Megan. When we got out the car, we offered he offered me $1 million and asked to do favors for me. If I stayed quiet, Tory punched me. We will post a full transcript a little later. Okay.
Him shoot the gun, and also I didn't take any bribe money from him at all.
Maybe
Even
it's
though
because
she
he
claimed
swears
those are
Tory
things that
didn't
she
buy
did do
me.
before. All of that was lies. But then also when they're asking her questions on the court case, anything that
She
could
looks at Tory.
quote unquote like incriminate her, she's saying like, oh, I don't know, I didn't know about that, I didn't see that, or matter of fact, I just plead the fifth. She's literally pleading the fifth right now. So
Did Chelsea shoot?
Don't know, Tory's side of the story is they were at Kylie Jenner's kickback, right? They were chilling, having a good old time. Tory Lanez was trying to kick it to Kylie, Meg, and Tory Lanez. Now it's been revealed that they were in some form of relationship. Come to find out, she got upset.
Awkward.
They left, and so did Kelsey, left with Meg. They then came back. It was claimed to retrieve a slipper. It seems like they were trying to come back and get Tory because they got into an argument. They then get into the car. Tory then reveals to Meg that Tory reveals to Kelsey that he was dealing with Meg. That was the first time that Kelsey had known about this. There was a physical altercation that occurred. They got out the car. Another
between Tory and Kelsey
altercation occurred. There's actually a neighbor who claims that he saw the physical altercation outside that occurred.
It's
and
true.
then
That's
when everybody just gets amnesia because they don't know who shot what, who pulled whatever. It's all messed up. The other problem with this is that Kelsey, the friend, there's gunshot residue on her, and
how she wasn't there?
No, she was there. She was there in the car. There was gunshot residue on her, but there was also gunshot residue on Tory Lanez. However, what Meg is saying, if Tory really shot the gun in the car, then there also would have been gunshot residue on Bodyguard, and so far, it doesn't seem like there was any gunshot residue on him. So, all things are pointing to, they got into a physical altercation. She hopped out the car. She was about to start shooting at Meg. Tory got involved, tried to stop it, and then that's why there's gunshot residue on both of them.
The truth is so elusive, man.
But that is gathering for what we've seen so far the first week. It's very elusive, very, very elusive, and it's kind of
so shots was outside
the
the car.
reason why everything is kind of like messed up.
Like,
I personally believe that right now because how much Kelsey has been lying and how much Meg has also lied and contradicted her story. I don't even think Tory Lanez is going to be convicted of this. Like, there's too many holes. There's too many.
Doubtful,
right? Not civil.
Yeah, criminal.
So they have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah,
which is difficult to do if there's no evidence to support her claim.
It's just a bunch of he said, she said at this point.
Yeah, and so unless the jury really emotionally fucks with Megan, she's gonna need some evidence to fucking pop up, some witness, somebody to corroborate what she's saying.
You think it's getting thrown out of court?
More importantly than the details of this case, Marcel.
Yeah,
it is insane to me what people choose to care about. Like, it is, bro. I've been recently fascinated by it. Why does this get so much attention? I would argue real issues don't get.
Didn't know nothing about it.
They could be like,
last I heard she stepped on glass.
Real issues in this
That's
country.
2 years ago. I thought this was done and over with.
People abusing their power-related issues, but none of that is being talked about. People being taken advantage of, but someone being shot in their ankle and then performing the next week. That's the issue we want to talk about. And it's not that it shouldn't matter. It's just, well, who decides what matters? Like, it's so.
Why is this matter so much more than other stuff?
And then obviously Meg doubling and tripling down on this for the past 2 or 3 years. For the past 2 years has also been like the talking point because Meg went. She first said the reason why she didn't. She said that she just stepped on glass because she just got afraid because of the whole Black Lives Matter movement that was happening at the time. And she was like, I just didn't want the police to kill her, so I decided not to say anything about a gun.
When the police came, because the neighbors called the police, this did not happen at Kylie's house. The police come, I'm scared. All this shit going on with the police is shooting motherfuckers for anything. The police was literally killing black people for no motherfucking reason. Soon as the police tell us all get out the motherfucking car, the police is really aggressive. You think I'm about to tell the police that we niggas, other black people, got a gun in the car? You want me to tell the laws that we got a gun in the car so they can shoot all of us up? Nigga, I'm scared. It's a fucking helicopter over us and some more shit.
Well, then the police pull us over and I see, you know what I'm saying, we're all black in the car, there's a gun in the car, so I don't even want to be like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want nobody to get in more trouble. I'm trying to protect this man. Because at the end of the day, it's niggas getting shot out here. She then throws the black card at me. I'm trying to protect this black man. My love, nobody ever reported that you got shot but you. So how are you trying to protect me?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes. I've been reserved on how I feel about what the fuck is going on until I see the results. I need to see all the evidence. I need to see all the witnesses. I need to see their statements, and all that information is gonna lead me to my conclusion.
How do you feel about the fact that she's doubling and tripling down?
She's supposed to. She can't go back now. She's gonna.
I'm talking about throughout the 2 years though.
She's supposed to. Once you make that original commitment, you now are going to socially nuke your appeal if people people find out you're willing to lie about something like that on another black man, it's gonna nuke your appeal. And so therefore, once you commit to it, you kind of have to continue committing to it, and then hope that there, you gotta hold is found to be true. Yeah, which can happen. Like even if you're lying, it can be found to be true.
I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of.
Even if it's not
but like it really just depends on the fucking jury.
Yeah, fair enough. But even Meg's like in her testimony, they were actually like, so where was Kelsey in all this? She was like, I just didn't see her. I didn't see her. Right, it's a lot of iffy stuff. I'm gonna say like this. Yeah, it's messy. Week 1 has been undeniably messy. The problem though is that with Meg is that I would have way more leniency on her if she didn't double and triple down the way she did.
Days after Megan's Twitter rant, our team at
Complex couldn't use his platforms to talk about the case, but Meg could.
Tory wants to speak out about his pending case. Tory had asked the court to modify a protection order that prevents him from addressing the legal battle publicly. The motion argued that Megan has repeatedly used her platform and has addressed the case to share, quote, inflammatory information, while Tory hasn't been able to do the same thing. The same legal papers also claim that the defense has new contradictory evidence about Megan's statements from the night of the shooting, along with eyewitness testimony and, quote, gunshot residue implicating others. In February, Tory's request got denied.
She's been utilizing Black Lives Matter into her power, utilizing black women were never trusted, we're always being, demonized. And then for there to be a legitimate possibility that the reason how all this started is because 2 black women got into an argument about their relationship with a black man, and instead of
actually tried to break it up
like adults, it resulted in one of them shooting at another one of them is crazy. Especially when anytime like those line of questions happen to her friend Kelsey, immediately she's like, I plead the 5th. I heard gunshots. I just didn't see where they were coming from. I didn't see any of that. But I plead the 5th though.
That's all. This is so lame to me. All this is so lame to me.
It's messed up. Yo, I'm gonna be honest.
This is a wild situation.
I can't wait, but I don't think
definitely for sure.
Like so far, it doesn't seem like the truth is going to be seen. So far, it actually seems like
it's gonna get dismissed.
And he could have genuinely shot her, but because so many people are just lying and contradicting what they're saying right now, it's just not going to be enough evidence to actually convict him.
It's not a congruent story.
I don't think there's going to be enough evidence to convict him.
Isn't it interesting that Tory Lanez had to deal with the consequences of something before he was found to be guilty for it?
So that's the other conversation. It is impressive and amazing to me how willingly people are just open to the idea of just like,
listen to that.
We got to punish him immediately.
Listen to that Daystar album. It was actually tragic.
Yeah.
There were homes that he lost out on, and he was buying it for his baby mama and his child. And it's like, not that like we need to feel sympathy for him really, because at the end of the day, he has the money to be able to afford things like that.
But why
does he deal with consequences before he's even found to be guilty?
Yeah.
We don't even know any of the evidence yet. But do you remember? Spotify blacklisted him from all the playlists. Yeah. So the playlists give you the majority of your streams. So now like his money gets hit, and that album still did 50K first week independent. Yeah. No promo, no industry love at all.
I think it just speaks to again the controversial disparity between men and women, because I find it very interesting how women push this narrative like black men or just men in general, they just don't understand the consequences. They don't have to deal with anything. And like in a situation right now where no one knows the actual answer or the conclusion to, a woman's testimony or a woman's account of these events was taken more seriously than a man was, even though the story that Meg is telling has
they was taken more legitimate
long before the trial has even started. She contradicted herself several times before the trials even started, and now here we are in the middle of the trial. Not only did she when she went on stand, she was contradicting her own opening statements. Like that's how crazy it was. That like it's just things in which she's been contradicting. Now some of these things she's contradicting is like very minute and minor in the grand scheme of things, but it actually pieces the things in which she's contradicting piece together a story that's more way more identical to what Tory Lanez side is saying than Meg's side is saying. So but when you get into this, you understand and you remember every single last thing, and then all of a sudden where's Kelsey at? Well, I don't remember seeing her. I don't remember seeing her at all. And then sitting there saying that Tory, he was shooting over the car, and come to find out the car was a Cadillac. So Tory Lanez was shooting over a Cadillac door? That nigga's short. How is he doing that?
He was shooting at her feet though, allegedly. They say.